Hey, let's do a little DayZ recording. Whoop, I saw a little bit of a stutter there. This game's rough. I've got the graphics really turned up there. Let's see. Stop. Okay, yeah, extreme, a lot of extreme. I've toned down some things that seem kind of pointless. I'm kind of surprised about that. Why did I... That's fine, that doesn't... So... Draw distance, I think, is pretty high. Yeah, terrain. Yeah, it's turned up pretty high. But the big news is that I was able to successfully build all the components, Mesa and encoder, libraries, graphics, all kinds of things. In the kernel, the Linux kernel, I compiled that. So everything's running very well. I compiled OBS, believe it or not. I took the source code, the newest source code of OBS-Studio, and I built it. And I built it with CPU optimizations. So this is probably the best I've gotten this running, basically. Okay, this game, yeah, there's a little bit of stuttering. A little bit. But it is a beautiful game. It's doing a lot. I mean, all of these trees, these individual trees, you can cut these down. They blow in the wind, so you will see them rezzing in and out, basically. But it is still absolutely beautiful game. And this is an old game, too. A lot of people like to point that out. They're like, it's really old. Well, yeah, it's also kept up well. I cannot praise these developers enough. So, this game is not super stable for Windows people. My squad does crash, and I think they have Windows 10 and 11 among them, and I hear them crashing a lot. I do not, though. I do not. Now, I did have a little bit of a bug, a memory leak or something, where the frame rate would just drop really bad, and I'd have to relog, basically. I'd have to, stop the game. Is this picked over? Oh, somebody's there. Alright, buddy. That's cool. That's cool. I'm not trying to leech your stuff. Oh, this is PvE, obviously. Whoop. PvE, so we don't shoot people. Oh, he's in a heli too. This is a private server, modded PvE. Is there a cart down there? No, there isn't. I was hoping to see a hobo cart. Okay. Hey, I'm just testing this game out. That's all. We're not really doing anything interesting. This is just a proof of concept kind of thing. So if you were curious about how your games are going to run in Linux, probably they're going to run, I think, well. And that's probably why Linux gaming is like, I don't know, the Linux gamers on the Steam survey, I think we hit 5%, which is shocking, absolutely shocking. Again, I don't hate Windows. I'm not pushing people into Linux or anything like that. I'm just here to report the experience, and personally, I prefer it. For me, I'm always impressed. And I've gone over this a little bit, but I'll just go down the list again. The advantages to Linux. Here's some more things than I may have mentioned before. Fast to install. You can install it quick. For instance, I dinked up this operating system. I'm new to Kubuntu. I used to use Xubuntu, but I upgraded to Kubuntu because of the KDE, desktop and GUI, and because it supports also Wayland. It supports HDR, right? I want HDR gaming. Okay. So you can reinstall it fast. You dink up your operating system, it installs so fast from a USB. It is so quick. It's so much quicker than Windows, and you don't have to type any key code or any of that bull crap. None of that. You don't have to wait for a million updates either, and you're not forced to update, right? You just update when you feel like it. Although it is encouraged. You want to update pretty quick. So, oh, I have stuff to sell, don't I? Do I? I think I do. Yeah, let's sell this. Okay. So, quick to install and reinstall when you dink something up, like me. The other thing, it is stable. I'm just going to tell you right now, I crash less than my friends do. A lot less. Things are fast. You click something, boom, opens, bam, fast. Faster than Windows. I don't know, Windows sometimes has a little laggy delay. I don't understand that. That drives me crazy. What's another? Games run really well. Stable, crash less. But also, like I said before, I feel like they load faster because you've got better memory manager, and the partition system is just, it's faster. It's more efficient than NTFS. It really is. I've noticed that big, in a big way. Secure, sure. I don't have to run antivirus in the background like I would like on Windows. But that doesn't mean that, did it not sell? What happened? That doesn't mean we don't have security issues. We do. We absolutely do. And with Linux becoming more popular, we have to be a little bit more careful. What's going on? Do I not have enough? Fine, I'll sell for that. Got ripped off. I don't remember how these dumb things sell for. Whatever. Oh, no! Not my gun. Jeez. I misclicked that one. I think that's good, right? Yeah. Oh, I got a lot to sell. Dang it. I don't want to go through all this. Not right now. Well, now Star Citizen, that will be the interesting thing. I wanna try that out. Now for that game, we're not using Proton. By the way, this is crazy. I built Proton from source. So for instance, Steam might come out with some new Proton, and it might have some cool features, but Valve doesn't for some reason release it, right? So you can say, well, I'm going to do it. So you get the source code, you build it yourself, optimize it for your CPU as best that you can. Long story, Proton uses a container, so you're very limited to optimizations. It's using an older compiler, so that's a lot of nerd talk, but you're not going to get super far, but you can pep it up. Like this is pepped up. I optimized mine as best I could. It doesn't fully recognize my CPU, so the binaries, but the Proton project will use shared libraries like, your system Mesa and your system, I don't know, some other things. So overall, you will see some kind of an increase, a little speed bump, a little bit something. I don't know about anything major. Definitely can make a difference on an older computer. Now that's a whole other story. Let's just say you have an older computer and you want a game on it, but it just can't quite do it. You can go all out like I do and start building and compiling things, from source. And that can potentially, I've had this happen before. I couldn't play a game on a computer because the computer hardware was too old, too slow. And then I, built the kernel and Mesa and things like that, and then suddenly it will work. It was just fast enough that I could actually play the game. Now that's, you know, a little bit less likely scenario, but for me, I've experienced that. Okay, so what else do we have to go over? Oh, wine. Now, Steam games use Proton, and you can build that. Also, if you have trouble getting it to work on Steam, a Windows game on Linux, you can try other versions of Proton. You just go through them. There's also Glorious Egg Roll. That's a very popular version of Proton, right? You can just download it, install it, and it might fix your game. I've never had good luck with that, so I do not use that one. Again, I compile my own, and I modify the make files, and I do all kinds of things. But whatever. Now with Star Citizen, that's a whole different thing. It's not a Steam game, so how are you going to run it? In that case, you're going to use Wine. And in my case, I'm going to use the latest version of Wine. I'm going to build it, and I'm going to pass to the compiler CPU optimizations, right? And whatever, if I can add a GPU option, I will, if there's something, that really helps. That makes that game run really fast. And just recently, I learned that FSR was working in Linux, and just to try it out, I flipped it on, and it did the AI stuff with the screen to where it was like making the game look better, but yet my frame rate went up. That was weird, seeing the FPS go up with those settings. That was intense, really, really intense. So with the latest version of Wine, building it, optimizing it for the CPU, optimizing the binary, yeah, you can get certain games to run better, increase the FPS, or even just maybe the FPS just bumps a little bit, but your load screen is faster. You know what I mean? Or it compresses the shaders or whatever, or uncompresses whatever. Maybe it'll do that faster. So that's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. But we'll do Star Citizen next. I'm gonna try. I don't know. That'll be this week. But I apologize for the delay. The delay has come because I dinked up the operating system. Had to reinstall. Yeah. But I took that as a good thing because I've only installed this Kubuntu once, and I needed to do it one more time. One more time to really get to know everything. Oh, and you might notice the color is a little weird in the game, and I apologize. Kubuntu has this really cool feature where if you're colorblind in some color, for me it's green, you can click on the color and you can intensify it, so then you'll be able to see the color more like how other people see it. Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. When I clicked that and modified it, that was a little emotional. That was a little bit, whew. And I just couldn't believe it had that. I don't know if does Windows have that? If it does, wasn't aware of it, but Kubuntu does. So whatever color you have trouble with, you click on it, intensify it, adjust it, and you're off. So I apologize if the color looks weird to y'all, but I've adjusted it for me. So, and you can do the same. At any rate, with that, I'm going to cut out. So thank you for watching this, and post questions in the comments. I'll try to help out where I can. But yeah, Linux gaming, it is pretty cool. It's awesome.